allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call to order, roll call, starting on my right.
Councilperson Josh Arndt.
Councilperson Brent Fire.
Mayor Jimmy John King.
Councilperson Craig Anderson.
Councilperson Jeremiah Holden.
Be looking for approval of tonight's agenda. Any additions from staff?
Should be okay.
Anything up here?
So moved.
Got a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Now we're looking for approval of the regular meeting minutes of November 9th, 2021. Peruse through them and see if we need a motion or talk about it.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a
Second.
motion and got a second from Craig. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries. That takes us, excuse me, the finance and budget. We got the accounts payable listing and the original listing. Any questions about the either one? We'll direct to Carl.
Move to approve.
I have one question. What do we have worked on at Fire Hall?
I have, which one is it?
Which one?
Generator.
Exactly, that's
Generator
everything.
would be the annual maintenance on the generator. You guys don't know what you're asking about.
There's a fire truck sensor.
Yeah, there's a fire truck
So-
sensor, there was.
So I was gonna get into, truck one, or engine one has been.
No, electrical I'm talking about. Are they the only ones that can service that generator? Is that
Yes.
why? Okay.
Yeah, there's only one person in service that generator because of the manufacturer, the requirements of the manufacturer.
All right, thank you. Now, did you make a motion? We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Takes us to motions and general business. First item under motions and general business tonight is resolution receiving feasibility study and calling for public hearing on the 2022-2023 CIP street and utility improvements. SEH has completed the feasibility study for the 2022-2023 CIP, which was presented 6/22/21. The feasibility study was accepted at that meeting. We had a public hearing on 8/10/2021 for phase one of the 2022 CIP project. Staff would like to set the phase two 2023 CIP hearing. This hearing will be to discuss the proposed project and the necessity of it. Public comments will be heard at this meeting. Staff will send out notices to property owners within the proposed project area and publish twice in the local newspaper. The public hearing could be scheduled on December 14th at 7. Once the public hearing has been held, the council can determine at that time if they should proceed with the 2023 CIP, which would need a 4/5 vote. So tonight, our action would be to adopt resolution 2021 a resolution calling a public hearing on the 2023 street and utilities project. Bill?
And because of the nature of the vote, I guess staff would recommend that you pick a date that all five of you, at least schedule-wise, can be there. Obviously, if you're on an emergency, it would be different, but something to consider.
Can everyone be there on the 14th?
I can call in.
Not
It'd be
super
better
hard.
if you're there, especially since the whole council gets questions on those nights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be out of the country, so.
To see you united, then it might be better to take the January meeting.
So that would be at the first meeting in January, correct?
Well, it'd help Jenna then out too, because it gets just a few weeks off then, so.
Well, I understand that, that's why I'm asking if that would work then or not.
Yes, January 11th would be preferred.
That would work? That gives you time for whatever you gotta do and stuff? Is everybody else gonna be here on January 11th?
It's a long ways out, I don't know.
I could have chores to do yet.
Should be.
It would be preferred as long as we gotta have the 4/5 vote and everything else, that we have everyone there.
Yeah, because then if one of you does run into emergency, there's still four of you left. So,
All right, do we have a motion
I'll make that motion.
to have it
January 11th.
at 7 PM.
7 PM.
Where would it be held at? Civic Center.
Center.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Next item, approval to purchase Pierce fire engine. Come on. Just a second, Vance, things are slow over here.
That's definitely not like me.
So you need,
I got it. 2021 Fire Department Capital Equipment Plan, replace engine number 3. As per the Fire Department Capital Equipment Plan and the 2021 budget, this engine is scheduled for replacement. The cost of the replacement for engine 3 has been estimated at $685,000. The Fire Department will be retaining the old engine as a backup. It is more value to our city to keep it than to sell it. And this is based on city rating and cash value. Fire Department Committee met and agreed on purchasing a Pierce engine. The truck will be paid by placing half down and financing half through Pierce or a local bank. The Fire Department has a capital plan to support this and their future needs. Staff is recommending that we use ONB for the other half. So, we have 3 motions on this: to authorize or deny the purchase of the 2023 Pierce fire engine. Do you want to say anything, Vance, before we vote?
Yep, so can I go down to page 2, if everybody slide down to page 2 real quick of the RCA? Just to give you some understanding of the financial stability of the fire department's equipment account. Carla has worked with us very closely on this. This account, or what is presented here, shows you the stability of the account through 2039, that's 33. But this includes future purchases of a Rescue 2 and also replacing Engine 2 in the future. The entire time the account is solvent, with more than enough money to do just as we have on this one, this apparatus. Pay half down, finance the half for 5 years. The equipment that is shown here purchased in the future has escalating cost to it of 5%, which we think is going to be higher than what the actual escalation is. So we think this is a relatively conservative number to be able to show you that the fund is solid or financially solid with this purchase and purchases in the future moving forward. So we should not be coming back and asking for large increases or large sums of money. It's already built into the capital plan for what we're doing. The next sheet, or page 3, is actually the bid proposal from Pierce. As the mayor stated, the sales price of the apparatus is $685,000. What we are talking about doing is they do have what's called a prepayment option, which we pay everything down up front, which will save us $17,216. That is what we're asking to do. We will take 50% of it out of the current account that we have for equipment, and then, as Carla has presented, finance the other half of it. A question that comes up from time to time is, well, we pay them up front, the truck's a lemon, how does that work? They actually include a performance bond, which means we have a bond or an insurance policy that they pay for that says if this truck does not meet our specifications, or they go defunct, they go bankrupt or something like that, we get our money back from that.
So that performance bond is just to make sure you get the truck, and then it's got a warranty, I assume, for.
It's got a warranty of 1 year.
Okay.
Yep.
So do they not start building it until you order it?
Correct.
Interesting.
So the current timeline is 16 to 18 months because of the backlog on different components of the truck.
All right, that being said, first motion is to approve or deny the purchase of the 2023 Pierce fire engine.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Second motion, to approve or deny using ONB to finance the other half of the purchase.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Third, authorize city administrator Schimmel to drive the truck here from Wisconsin.
I got my CDL. I can do it.
Third motion is to authorize City Administrator Schimmel and City Clerk Rader to sign the purchase agreement.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Get it ordered, Vance.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Next item. Approved bylaw update for Fire Relief Association. Stewartville Firemen's Relief Association can change the bylaws regarding the benefit sum per year in regards to sick and disability benefits, death benefits, and pensions. The requested rate increase is from $4,000 to $4,600. Even though the Relief Association is its own entity and regulated by state statutes, it is required to notify the city of any bylaw changes, as the city has a legal obligation to finance any shortfall, if one should occur, with any city-approved bylaw changes. In September, the Power Night Wealth Management Group met with the Fire Relief Association, and based on the investment, there is a surplus of funding. The Fire Relief Association could increase their pension amount. Council action requested is to approve or deny the resolution amending the bylaws of the Stewartville Fire Department Relief Association, Article 7, Section 1, Article 8, Sections 1, 2, and 3, from $4,000 to $4,600. You got anything to say about this, Vance?
Yeah, so this is, basically, we fund this account, Carla can back me up if my numbers are quite wrong. We fund this account at 110% funding, which means for our liability, we have 10% safety factor built into it. And that is based off last year's numbers. So it is actually larger than 10%, but we say we are going to fund our retirement obligation have a 10% buffer in there, based on numbers a year ago. So we actually have much more growth between now and then. So we're probably at, 1.15, 1.20. So we're very comfortable going here. The only obligation or risk for the city is if we go below 100% for 3 years in a row, the city has obligation to fund that. But there are steps obviously in between where the relief can change its obligation amount and stuff like that, so that the city would not be obligated to either. But the risk is relatively minor to the city.
Do we fund it at 100%, or do we?
So we would need to get it back to the 100% if they went below, but right now it's at 110%, so
I
it's over.
understand that, but what I'm saying is if they go below for 3 years,
Then we would have to put money in to get it back up. But the thing with having the 3 years is there's a plan that's set in place. They can drop their amounts down. They can do certain things to adjust it so that the city never has to get involved in that. And that's part of the reason that there is that 3-year time period for if things are, kind of wavering through.
So just historical reference, the fund has always been funded at 130 or higher, 130%. We've never, ever even come close to 100%. So even at 110, I do not anticipate there would have to be a large financial downturn, which would not only impact the Relief Association, but basically the country as a whole, before it ever become an issue.
It's not putting the city really at risk for doing this based on, the safety net that is put in there with the bylaws in the 3-year.
You got enough in there, to cover everybody if they all pull the pin tomorrow?
Yeah, today, so that's what that 110% is right now, at this moment, if I had to pay everybody out, there's still 10% sitting there that isn't obligated to anybody. And the interest, so if we want to go into a little bit more depth on that. So you have to also remember our bylaws. So we are accounting obligations to people that don't have obligations yet. So you have to be on the department for 5 years before you can even get any type of benefit out of it. So those people with 5 years or less are actually calculated in there, although they truly have no obligation to us. So the 110% is really larger than 110%.
Any other questions from anybody up here? You got a motion?
I won't be voting on this.
Well, then you won't be receiving your retirement benefits. Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve.
A motion to approve the resolution. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. That takes us, Public Works Department's got a request here. Maintenance 1 position. The recent workshop discussion was held regarding hiring an additional employee for Public Works with emphasis on mowing, pond maintenance during summer months. Staff was directed to put together a job description for council consideration. Excuse me. After reviewing the current Maintenance 1 description, it was apparent that this position would fall within that description. Salary will be a pay grade 7.3, which is 42,500 to 50,200. Timeline will advertise on December 7th and 14th, with apps due on December 30th. Interviews will then be held with the Personnel Committee, and Shimel Hale will be there. Possible council approval could either be January 11th or January 25th. Council action requested to approve the additional employee and to authorize advertising. Questions on this from anyone? Comments?
We already discussed it. I'll move to approve it.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Next, water main alley reclaim. Approval of water main replacement and alley reclaimed by the high school. Stewartville High School is redoing the northwest parking lot and spaces adjacent to the alleyway. This is from 6th Avenue Southwest to 4th Avenue Southwest. During the 2008 CIP, the water main on the short stub of 4th Avenue wasn't included. The alleyway has significant alligator cracking on the guard, and the guardrails are deteriorating. City Hall staff has met with the school staff about partnering on this project. Combining the projects may possibly give us a better pricing. City engineer Obernolte's estimate on the project with a 10% contingency is something I really don't want to make public, but water main work, 30,000, reclaimed pavement and guardrails, 160,000, 190,000 total. Funds will be allocated from the water for the water main work and street maintenance and reserves for the other portion. Council action requested to approve or deny cooperating with the high school for the alley work. Questions,
So this is
comments?
to redo water main between 6th Avenue and 4th Avenue along what's listed as 4th Street here, which is the north
The only
edge
water
of the
main,
parking lot,
Actually,
right?
it's right
the only
here.
water main runs from 3rd Street on
This is
4th
six.
Avenue, from
This is
3rd Street into the alley. And all it serves is a water hydrant, fire hydrant
Just
for
this stuff.
fire protection.
That's
And
190,000.
it's currently
We're not
a
gonna do this till
4-inch
what?
main, so it doesn't
what I'm
actually
saying.
provide
So
fire
why-
protection.
That's what I'm saying.
Shouldn't that be
too.
half of the school?
I think it should all be a school, but.
So it needs to be
get
updated
pushback on that.
It should have been done when we did the 2008 street project.
So the school doesn't own the alley? Or even half of that alley?
No,
Well, they own their half.
They own-
And that's the part they're redoing. So that's why we're looking, we didn't know that until just recently. The school came to us and said, yeah, we're gonna do it. And it happened to me just because I was talking with Josh Light, the maintenance guy, that we found that out. We've been talking for a few years, staff has, that we need to do something with that alley pretty quick. It's been patched so many times by Jim Qualls in that back
So
area.
they were just gonna go in and redo half of the alleyway?
Do their half.
to their portion.
Yep.
So we did look at this in a feasibility report, actually back in 2019 when we did the feasibility for 2020, 2021. We took it out of that project because we had enough to do with the rest of it.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have ever done just half an alley along the strip lengthwise, come on.
So the power poles, are the edge of right of way, or lights, or those poles out there, so the city does have the right of way for the north part, the school owns the property for everything south of there.
But there's only one water pipe underneath there, right? They couldn't have fixed half of
It's
their
not
water
under the
pipe.
alley. There's no
The
water under the
water
alley.
isn't under the alley, it's actually under 4th Avenue.
Oh, so that's all we're talking about, like he said to me then.
That water only feeds to the school there though.
The water.
It doesn't feed the school, it's fire
It
protection.
only
doesn't-
goes to the school.
It goes to a hydrant.
Which, yeah, I think the cost is $190,000 to hook up for the school. That'd be perfect.
I agree.
I don't know, I'm
That was
kidding.
my argument.
That's
to
your
begin
guys'
with.
call.
No, I don't think, obviously, we'd have to cover, I think Fourth Avenue would be ours, I get it. Pretty ticky-tack to only go through, if they were really gonna just go through and repave all that, like half of it, come on. I mean, I understand it's parking lot, sort of an alley, but you just, that's just laughable to me. So that road, Fourth Avenue, then, it's a complete redo of the sewer, water main,
There's
everything.
no sewer there.
No,
It's just
that
water, is
water's
all
on.
it is.
Again, it doesn't meet code right now for fire protection because it's only a 4-inch line.
Well, the school's concrete, it's not gonna burn. Just kidding.
What do you think about that, Dan?
Got all I want tonight, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
What-
one on this side.
So we're saving money on the mobility or whatever they call that, or mobilization and like all the BS charges basically.
Engineering should be a little cheaper piggybacking on the school.
But this number here is nothing but Jenna's estimate.
This is a budgeting number of before, look, really.
We haven't
defining
seen what they're gonna
anything.
stick to us yet.
We gotta start someplace.
But I ran some numbers to find an estimate as to
Show me
if we have the budget to do it. There
Where's
is in that,
six?
the 30%
So this is it.
ELA
Okay,
that
yep, right here.
we
And
put
it
in our
runs to
feasibility
here.
report
This is the
to cover
water
engineering,
line. It's
legal,
on this short.
and
So it's hundred,
administration.
so that would be $190,000.
That 30% has
This
covered us
and
on
this
every
alley.
other project.
Why do we have to do anything there?
Good shot.
So that's already estimated
Why not
into
just
that
fix this water line? Why do we
190
care
to
about water for
cover
the school?
approximately what their engineer might cost, if
Unless we
there's
abandon it and give it to the
anything
school.
Why
needed
not?
to be done, but
Because they're
likely
telling the schools to
numbers
shut it
high,
off.
because there shouldn't be much legal needed.
What are we even signing off on if we agree to anything tonight? It's not for sure that the work I'll do, just to work with them to get further planning and try to narrow it down a little bit more,
Yeah,
right?
to work on cooperating with them.
How about if we really cooperate, just give them the alley?
Yeah, what, do we need that alley?
It'll be an alternate on theirs. So if it comes back and you don't wanna accept it, they just take that alternate off their bid then, but we gotta pay for the engineering, approve them to go forward with the engineering.
Right, if you wanna look at vacating that alley, I would suggest you talk to, your attorney, as it's an access for multiple houses.
It's public property, no matter who has it.
If it's not owned by the city, then it's not right away.
It's all owned by
The
taxpayers.
school district, who owns the school
School
district?
district can put a basketball hoop up in the middle of the driveway, they can do what they want, it's
It's
their property at that point.
Its school district is taxpayers' property, just like a city street is taxpayers' property.
I don't disagree with you, but
But it's not public right of way, it's property, and there's different rules for property versus right of way. So this alleyway or 4th Street Southwest is within right of way. At first, when John did ask me to go look at it, I was like, why wouldn't we vacate it? And then I saw the driveways.
So my next question is then, the people who have driveways here, are they responsible for a portion of the overlay?
No,
we don't do
because
it.
we assess them on
Front Street,
Third,
they didn't
and they
keep
only
those
get
names.
assessed on one side.
That's why we can't assess the school either.
Correct. So this is fully city funded, no assessments on this project.
And on that, I'm sorry, the Fourth Avenue, that water, all that is going to one hydrant, there's no other
There is
connections.
no service on it at all.
it's a dead end stub that, for fire protection.
So what would that mean as far as, I mean, clearly it's important to have it up to code, I get that, but is there a time frame that we would,
Why can't we just have the hydrant at the?
would we be, would someone be coming in at some point saying, hey, this has to be done? So like maybe if we said no now, a couple of years from now, they could say,
So we gotta
this
break down
needs
to
to
the
be.
insurance stuff, you gotta have
all the
hydrant
shop
spaced
licenses
out
are right
to
in
fit,
this
to
area.
meet the insurance,
They got,
They got.
your,
Now you get to talk,
But it's a sprinkler building, so it doesn't matter.
okay?
So
man,
that's the only thing, yeah, I'm just looking at it right now.
So it's hydrants here.
why can't you leave the hydrant on 6th Avenue? Why do we have to have it down that alley?
So
Yeah,
hydrant
the court won't have
spacing
nothing.
So where's that coming off? They come off
comes
there.
off a third.
Plus they have, fire protection in the school.
Put it back up
You're
here.
the fireman, not me.
All the shop classes are in this area.
But they have
The
sprinklers.
only reason I'm gonna say that is from an ISO perspective, it's a fully sprinkled building, so it doesn't, they're not gonna look at fire flow at all for ISO. It's fully sprinklered, and then for whatever that's gonna cost us, let's buy a couple extra sections of LDH and we'll be fine.
Okay,
Okay, so we can reduce that water main cost, go cut it out, just move the hydrant to the corner on Third and eliminate.
Where is it right now?
it's right off the alley.
Like,
Fourth
we're on,
and Third.
right on Fourth
It's
Avenue?
on the east side of the alley, right before it hits the alley in
Right in the
that
corner.
house, corner of that house where the fence is there.
Evidently,
Right here?
yeah.
Has the district said how much, like percentage wise they would
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
foot the bill for?
Well, they won't foot the bill for any
But
part.
he makes, that makes sense, if they can move, to keep the hydrant down
They're,
here.
they're paying for everything in their portion and,
Yeah.
and their half that's actually their property, and I guess in my opinion, that's,
Well, like,
It's an alley, that's our driveway.
They said this is a fully sprinkled building already anyhow, so they could, so that would be,
Hydrant on the other side of the road,
Well, then eliminate it
Just-
totally. Yeah,
just cap it.
just cap it, we'll be fine.
Would that save us $30,000 on your estimate then, or not?
It would probably be a $3,000 dig to dig down, cap it.
not even half that.
And then all the paving needs don't change.
well, so we can,
You're still gonna dig that up and pave it.
So the 30,000 would cut down to 3,000, so you'd save 27,000 off that.
but either way, we can make that decision down the road, but we can, tonight, we're looking to either approve or disapprove of moving forward, at least communicating with the school and seeing what's the future could hold, right?
Paying for.
Well, we gotta pay for
What are
some
the guardrails
engineering
for?
and,
Yep.
Because that's that real steep part right there where it falls off to the shop.
and regardless
That's
of
I guess so.
what we do
guardrails
with
are
that
ours?
water main,
Yes.
Wouldn't that be
Yes.
The
schools?
guardrail is ours.
I'll get rid of that, I almost hit it when I go flying down that alley every once in a while anyhow.
It needs
You gotta make it
guardrails?
air worse.
Yeah, I don't need that guardrail.
That's totally up to you guys.
Okay, motion tonight is to approve or deny cooperating with the school for the alley work.
I'll make the motion to move forward with at least researching further, I do realize there's some cost to that.
You wanna cooperate, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I wanna at least research and see where we end up at, yeah.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
I
Opposed? Nay?
didn't see that one coming.
2022 fee schedule and utility fees.
God, I swear this is like beating a
Thought we just
dead
did
horse, we do this every week.
Fee schedule was reviewed at the council workshop on 10/26/21 with additional discussion at the 11/9/2021 council meeting. Attached is the updated fee schedule with new and/or changes in red. Summary of the fee schedule changes added: ATV golf cart permit, brush site commercial haulers, West Special District whack and sack and stormwater area charge, amphitheater rental. Updated, water meter charge, civic center damage deposit. Utility fee changes, refuse charge, 17 cents a unit, street light fee, $5 per household, storm sewer, residential $4.90, $4.90, business $8.50. Two actions requested, to approve or deny 2022 fee schedule.
This is all of what we talked about between the council workshop, and what you guys have all seen, I just had to get it all buttoned up and looking pretty and back in front of you.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
What is the prairie grass permit? What is that for?
The what?
Prairie grass permit. It's the top one on there for $500. Is that,
That's gotta be a zoning permit, that's just been on there, that'd be a great Cheryl question exactly.
I think it's when a person wants to do prairie grass in the yard, the city has to review that.
At one time, we had one industrial lot and one church lot that were all prairie grass that we allowed.
okay.
I don't think either one of, well, one of them's covered with storage units now, and
They wanna do it so they don't have to mow it, is what it amounts to. And they don't wanna keep up the maintenance on mowing, it ends up being a weed.
And we voted on the first action, correct?
Didn't vote, we just got a motion.
We got a motion and a second to approve the 2022 fee
Oh,
schedule.
no, we did vote, no, we did we vote on that one? Okay, next
Oh, we're
one,
all
sorry.
confused. At least it's not just me.
Second one, yeah.
Second, to approve or deny setting utility fees effective January 1st, 2022. Need a motion on that, one way or the other.
Make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I really don't like tying my name to this crap.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Ooh. So you let me get one more in there.
It's all right.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also
I'm gonna
carries.
remember this, we're not doing this every year.
Elections, resolution designating polling place.
Isn't that another waste of time there too, really? So I gotta speak out, we gotta vote every so many years if we're gonna keep the same polling place?
Yep.
Wow, I mean, we are so overregulated, it's insane.
That's government bigger than us, isn't it? The legislative changes include the need to designate our polling place every year.
Jeez.
Attached is a resolution designating the Stewartville Civic Center as the polling place for Stewartville residents. Council action will be to approve resolution 2021 designating the Civic Center as the polling place for Stewartville residents.
I make a motion to approve the Civic Center as a polling place.
We have a motion, do we have a second? Second. We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries, and we'll be doing it again next year.
I'd love to know the driving force behind that.
Somebody got to pass a bill up
Voter
at the state.
oppression if we didn't do it, right?
No, somebody got to pass a bill with their name on it. That's all that amounts to. That's one of the 6,822 bills they introduce every year.
God.
Get nothing done. 2022 liquor license approval. The city has received the following applications for renewal. Two Brothers Bar and Grill, on sale, off sale, and Sunday. American Legion Club, on sale and Sunday. Down Under Bar and Grill, on sale, off sale, and Sunday. Fairway Spirits and More, off sale. Honest Liquor, off sale. Quick Trip Incorporated, numbers 803 and 414, 3.2. Riverview Greens, on sale and Sundays. Council action is to approve the liquor license application as listed, subject to all proper applications.
So I'm gonna bring this up, probably won't want to, cause I don't wanna call something out if it was sliding under, but Jeremiah actually brought it up to me, and I do remember somebody saying, or maybe two brothers saying that they thought they had to get rid of one of their off-sale licenses instead of having it at both locations.
Yeah, when Two Brothers opened up, the DU had to go up there.
Yeah, I don't know the details behind that, but Cheryl has been in contact with them, and I know she had worked on it, so I assume she must have figured
Okay, and
out.
obviously, we would double check everything too, but I don't want anything to be pushed through that's not right, but I like this, I would like for them to have it at both.
Is that because they transferred it like halfway through
Yeah,
there?
there was something, I thought it was, you
Yeah.
can't have two.
It was another
off-sale
thing that
licenses.
it was another thing that I thought was overly bureaucratic.
You can have all the off sale you want, can't you, Bill?
Yeah, it's
I mean, everybody in town can have an off sale if they want, can't they?
No, so that's where they're limited.
There's a lot.
We're,
Yeah.
our city by population has an
Oh,
overall.
no, that wasn't the point, it was like one owner can't have multiple, that was, cause.
But then
when-
again,
when
you're
it-
looking
when
at
it
Quick
was
Trip's got it at two spots, you know,
Yeah,
and,
right, but when it was originally brought up, we asked, well, why can like Annie's have
right.
7 of them in Rochester?
Well, our city clerk will make sure it's all done properly through the application process.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve all these.
All right, we have a motion to approve, and we have a second by Jeremiah. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? That carries. That takes us to the 2022 tobacco license renewal applications. City has received the following applications for renewal. Casey's General Stores, their South and North stores, Fairway Stores Incorporated, their liquor and grocery store, Family Dollar Store, Honest Liquor, Quick Trip Stores, number 414 and number 803. Council action requested. Approve the tobacco license applications as listed above, subject to proper application. Do we have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a motion? Do we have a second? Josh, we ain't heard you for a while.
I'll second
Do we have a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That will carry. All right, 2021 pool summary, receipt and expense report.
We actually made money.
The Stewartville swimming pool is open for the 2021 season, and the receipts for 2021 were $285,417.30. This is $17,489.30 better than budget. $11,778.20 was a pass-through reimbursement for the water table. That's from Logan's benefit. Expenses were $279,873.67. This is $11,945.67 worse than budget. $11,778.20 was a pass-through reimbursement for the water table once again. Overall, we had a net operating gain of $5,543.63.
What's the Logan's benefit thing?
That was that young man that pretty near drowned, and then they had the big benefit, and the family donated to the pool.
Oh, I didn't oh, wow, I didn't realize that. I knew they made money, I didn't know they donated it all, that's
Yeah, they
fantastic.
donated all.
Our,
Wow.
2021 per day average was 337 people per day. There's no council action requested, this was just for our information. Show how the pool is operating, how efficiently our people that run our pool do for us.
There may be a few more expenses that come in, obviously, for the pool for the end of the year. And I know I talked to, the pool director and talked to Jake, and he said there was one thing specifically that they were kind of looking at, and he was gonna look into some more things, and we'll see if it fits within, to get it within the budget for 2021, or if it's something that we'll look at for 2022.
All right. Thank you, Carla. Any questions or anything about the pool operations?
So I was looking at the, legend for the color codes and how Craig seems to always point out that poop in the pool is brown. But I just wonder, how often does the pool close because it's on fire? Or because of a blizzard?
So far, we've had no fires at the pool.
It actually is a poop in the pool closure.
Yeah, but it says pool's on fire over there too.
Acid,
And acid, yeah.
Baby Ruth in the pool.
Laffy Taffy sales were up once again this year. All right, any other questions or comments? If not, that takes us to mayor, staff, consultant reports. Tonight's mayor report, the city would like to send their sympathies to the families of Cindy Wiley, Robert Fryer, Tricia Cudney, Yvonne Wilkerson, and Darlene Lang. And we'd like, as a city, as a whole, to send our congratulations to the Slidham family. They were honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award during the recent rave event up in Rochester, put on by Reddy and that. It was quite a nice event. Al was there, a lot of us were there, staff was. It's a well-deserved award for the Slidham family. They've been in this town for a long time, and they've given back tremendously to our community. So thank you once again, Slidhams, for being part of Stewartville. Kiwanis Club is sponsoring the 5th Sockatuum Sock Drive. Donations will be given to our local schools. Drop off your donations at Bremer Bank. Last year, they distributed over 450 socks. The 11th Annual Thanksgiving Day 5K is coming right up. Register at Grace Church. Winterfest is also right around the corner. Be sure to partake in all the activities that our chamber volunteers have put together. It will be a great event again this year as always. And this is November.
See you, Vance.
November's always a time of Thanksgiving. It's coming right up. It's a day that you can all be thankful for the things that really count. Friends, family, veterans, police officers, thank you, truckers, and that 1% of Americans that feed and clothe us every day of the year, no matter the weather, sunshine or wind, the American farmers and ranchers. Without them, there would be no Thanksgiving.
Oh, boy.
So Craig, if you can remember them on that day,
It's getting deep.
just remember to put the thanks back into Thanksgiving, folks, and have a nice holiday. We got a nice thank you letter from the American Legion, it's floating around up here somewhere. Administrator Schimmel and I turned out for their event at school on Veterans Day, and then at their Veterans Day supper. It was very nice, both of them, very well put on. Thank you for all that attended that. So, that's all I got. City Administrator's report.
Reports in your packet, basically just reiterates just some things that are prevalent, in our community and, celebrations coming up, meetings for all of you. And just on behalf of all of our staff and all the employees, happy Thanksgiving to you five plus all our citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. What time's dinner?
Not over.
Any questions for Administrator? All right, hearing none. Thanks, Bill. You have a good Thanksgiving. Finance Director Carla?
Other than everything that I put on your plate tonight and on the meetings, I'm working on trying to get everything ready for our Truth and Taxation meeting, coming up on the 7th. That's at 6 o'clock here. So, and then on the 14th, we have a lot of end of year stuff that is gonna be wonderfully fun for you guys to get through and approve.
All right. Any questions for Finance Director Carla?
Just some comments that wouldn't be appropriate.
Thanks, Carla. Public Works Director Sean.
Reports in there, the only thing I want to add to is, leaf program, we've decided to try and go through next week yet, because it's supposed to be in the 40s next week. And even though most people have, some people will still rig out a little bit, so we're gonna try and continue it one more week.
Sean, how good a shape was that half pipe and you got? Just curious.
Really good.
Say that again?
The half pipe.
Really nice.
What shapes it in?
Yeah.
Like new.
Like new. That's nice.
Very nice.
The only thing is, it's designed for indoor, so we put some work into it and made it more weatherproof. So we
Nice.
got some Insta-Seal stuff and did the bottom that's gonna be on the ground, and then we repainted everything to get more life out of it. But the gentleman donated it
I see that. That's
after a year
nice.
what we were doing with it. He said, I'll just donate it, and he gets a tax write-off from it for a donation to a nonprofit, so it works for both sides.
Thanks for getting up there and getting that too, Sean, you and the guys.
What is the Grand Gardens thing?
That is, the Jans family wanted to honor their mother, and she was called Grandma, so they wanted to call it Grand Gardens for Grandma. He is putting some perennial plants out. He worked up the two areas went through the park board, and they approved it, but two areas off of the curve out there going into Bear Cave. And if you drive out there, it's on right close to the soccer fields, and you'll see the two areas. So he put a bunch of perennial plants, and it's to draw butterflies and stuff like that. Their family paid for everything. We will maintain the stuff kind of from this point forward. They're gonna come in and weed it a couple times a year. Is what they say. If it doesn't turn out, all we gotta do is till it up and put it back in the grass. So it's not a big expense if something didn't work out. But it looks pretty, I mean, the plants aren't coming yet, but how he did it looks nice. And they're talking about their family buying a bench for out there and having a little sitting area so people can sit. And he also talked about doing some other areas in town. But we wanted to see how this went before we allowed them to start just putting these everywhere.
And the 20th Street thing is completed, or is there like another top thing that has to be put on next year, like some of these other projects?
That was just a mill and a leveling course put on it, so no, there's nothing new. The area's a lot smoother where that's at. It's gonna be a little deceiving because we only did so much, the two worst areas, so you're gonna come off it and there's still gonna be a little bit, but it's not near as bad as what it was.
It's a lot, 100% better, it really is.
Can you guys believe the lengths that Vance goes through just to get out of a meeting early? Jeez.
He got his money, got a fire truck, off we go. Time to start Thanksgiving. I see the new decorations are going up too, Christmas.
They completed decorations today, they plugged them all in today so that we can see which ones aren't working, so tomorrow we can go figure out why they're not working.
Okay, good,
So they should be lit up for the holiday weekend.
good.
And then I would add to it that they did get the part in for that plow truck that I told you guys, we don't know how long it was sitting. So we do have it back now, so we will be listing that other truck
Oh, really?
on public surplus.
You think maybe you should hang on to it just
I was
in case
just
you need
thinking the
another
same
part?
thing.
You know.
Hang on to it
we
through the
had a
winter?
couple of guys asked to do that, but we're running out of room historic.
Well, I
So-
understand that, but I mean, really, Sean, I mean,
If it ain't gonna
what you
bring,
really, I mean,
is it worth more to keep for a winter than what you're gonna get for it?
The only downfall with that is that you cannot get parts for that Sterling anymore. That's one of the main reasons we were getting rid of it.
Well,
So if something breaks on it and you can't get the parts, it's worth absolutely nothing. So I don't disagree with you. Right now, you're surfing junkyards looking for parts for it. So I don't
sounds like all
disagree.
my equipment on the phone.
And if you guys want me to hold on to it, I'll absolutely hold on to it. I know some of the guys, Kevin Height asked, for what we're gonna get for that, should we just keep it? And I'm 50-50 on it.
I guess you're the public works director, we'll make that your decision.
So,
So
That
put
is where
put
something
the fate
breaks
of
down
our
again.
community in your hands, Sean.
You know you're gonna
We
break.
put the fate of our snow plowing for our community in your capable hands. So you decide.
What's the carport deal with the dog park too? I guess I'm not familiar with that.
they approved through the park board quite a while ago doing this, and when we went back, that's when pandemic hit and stuff started shooting up in prices we got, we were gonna open like the pool up there just for them to have a
Shade.
shade shelter to get under. And we're gonna do like we did at the pool for the concession area, and $2,400 now, at the time they said it was $4,000. And then when I went back to order it, it already jumped up to $6,000.
Have you got
So we
it?
held off
How
on
big is
ordering it? And now it's come back down again, so now it's down below the 4,000, so we said
How big is it?
20 by 20.
I've got a 20 by 20 hoop shed out there. You can put
Put that
that,
on,
It's ready to come in too.
it's all in the box, ready to go.
perfect.
No, it's out there in the shed.
So all it is an area for them to have some shade, because there's nothing else out there.
I'll go ahead. What you doing? Okay, questions, Brent?
No, no.
You want to tell the city crew thank you for all the hard work?
Thank you
they've
for all
done
the
this
hard
year?
work you've done.
You're welcome, Brent.
Great job on leaf pickup too. Everyone
Thanks, Sean.
appreciates it.
City engineers report, Jenna?
Well, I think you heard enough from me tonight, but, we're working away, so.
Okay.
We still have, construction's going on West Utility Extension, they have hit some rock, but they keep going, chipping away at it, literally.
Any other questions for Jenna that you can think of since the meeting before? Thank you, Jenna. Guess who's up? Nate! Monthly report, Nate.
Above and beyond what's in my packet, we still have a few dinosaurs left over, if anyone
You do, huh?
is in the market for,
Which ones you got left? I got the Stegosaurus. So
yeah, you wanna complete the set?
how many is there?
There are 6.
By golly, I might.
Okay. I'll get you these.
Dinosaurs and sharks, some of my two favorite things.
I did not know that. A shark skeleton is really not gonna be much it's just teeth. So, yeah, we'll get you the set. So anyone who's interested, we do have, plenty left. And our plan is to go live with, our final kit of the year, the gingerbread house kit, on December 13th. People can start reserving those. I have 121 kits in my office right now. I'm ready to get them out of there, so.
Absolutely.
And I still need to pick up another 30 somewhere, so.
Really?
And that's about it.
We did take up some space in your report to thank the library board for how easy they've been to work with, but I didn't see I didn't see city council written anywhere in there.
I mean, city council's been awesome, legit.
Thank you.
I mean, not to
Even
toot,
if I gotta beg for it, man, at least I heard it, that was good.
but I mean, you're my 4th town doing this for you, and you don't have to worry about not being in the medals, that's all I gotta say.
Oh, that's nice.
Nate, thank you for coming to Cabin Coffee that day when they had that.
Yeah.
That was nice of you.
I
Thank
thought
you.
that was a really good event, so we got some
I hear
good,
you and Joy have talked to possibly doing an afternoon or evening one at the library, or afternoon, I think she said at the library.
Yeah.
On a weekend or something like that.
yep, I think that would be really
All
great.
right, I do too. Thank you for offering that. Any other questions for Nate?
Thank you, Nate, for.
Whatever it is that I do.
Thank you, Nate. He's thanking you for not tattling on him for not showing up at library board
No, I'm
meetings.
there,
He was
I'm there,
there.
I'm there.
Calling in from a beach.
Yep. Can I zoom in from Cancun? Thanks,
there.
Nate. Fire chief had to go. Pool director, we got a good report on the pool in the packet. Committee commission board reports, Chamber of Commerce. You got the Winterfest flyer, you got the Small Business Saturday coming right up this weekend. Winterfest, there's a whole list of events there. They got a lot of stuff planned, a lot of fun events. Al, you got anything to add to that, or anything? Okay. EDA, HRA,
Minutes of the last two meetings.
yep, we got 2 minutes, meeting minutes in there, and there'll be no meeting in December.
Correct.
Finance,
Nothing.
library, it's your
The
chance to shine.
the reports in your packet, we just met this week.
Quick turnaround on those minutes.
I take it he doesn't take.
It's just a draft though, that's like I said, I'm disappointed, it says draft, I don't.
Park board,
Minutes are in there, we're done meeting for the year.
okay. Personnel, it looks like we won't have nothing until we get some applications.
Correct, yeah.
Planning and zoning,
We meet next week.
all right. Public safety,
I'm still waiting to hear what my new hours are gonna be, it's about a little over a month when the new contract starts. I do know that I'll be on the hours will be somewhere between noon and 3 AM in that window somewhere, but I haven't given that exact time yet. But
I
will
think,
be
I
on
would think
the-
noon to midnight, probably more so in the winter, right? Wouldn't you, I mean, wouldn't you think, cause generally you get out earlier in the winter, it's,
Yeah, but they haven't given me, it's gonna be
second page is
Could be a flexible time between those hours, it's at 2 PM, 2 AM. And then the other side of aisle two, for the other hour shift car that's working in
Yes.
that area too. Probably be a rotating spot, but those hours might vary throughout the week as well, but there's nothing been.
so 50% of the time though, you'll be the guy on, you'll be the consistent on half of it, right?
Yeah,
Of the two,
I'll be on the,
You'll be one of the two.
the BDF
Yep.
side.
okay,
And then, and we just got 2 new guys all trained in, so they're on their own now, and then we got 4 more that are just starting training like the last couple of days, so, and some of those spots are the supplementary addition too, so. Well, that's all I got.
cool, thanks.
Thank you, Jason. Public Works, ready,
No report.
roll call,
No report.
Stu 180, Transit Advisory Committee,
Nothing yet.
communications, there's nothing in our communications. Al, do you wanna use the open mic tonight?
I do.
All right, the city council welcomes and encourages participation from
close.
community members. Please keep in mind that your comments must be pertinent to city business, must adhere to data privacy rules. No employee's name may be used. Please do not expect action from the council this evening regarding your concerns. We also request that your comments be limited to 4 minutes. Speakers will be recognized only once, and at this time, we ask anyone who would like to address the city council, please step up to the podium and state your name and address.
Al Chia, 1224 10th Street Northwest. I want to take this time to thank everybody since we officially started Bear Cave Estates. So, Mayor Jimmy John, council persons Josh, Brent, Craig, and Jeremiah, City Administrator Bill, City Clerk Cheryl, Finance Director Carla, Public Works Director Sean. You guys have helped us tremendously in the last 4 years as we planned this, so I just want to take this time to thank you again for all you've done for us. Hopefully, next spring we'll be putting some units up.
Good luck, sir.
Al, you weren't
Thank you.
supposed to use any names. Final motion of the evening.
Move to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? We're adjourned.